Hey Studio 10, we are back at Cosmetic Skin and Laser Center to continue the conversation about hormone replacement therapy, and Dr. Lowe is with us here today, but he's got a couple of updates. Before we get started, how's it going?
Really good, thanks.
Yeah, it's been quite some time since we last saw you.
It has. It's been a few weeks, a month and a half, something like that. So yeah, we've been busy running around to our different locations and spreading the word.
Spreading the word. Well, you got to spread it right back here.
That's right.
In Lansing for Mid-Michiganders. But let's talk a little bit about the FDA because they did make a big announcement. I want you to kind of walk us through what it was and what it means.
A few days ago, Dr. Marty Makary, he's the commissioner of the FDA, the head of the FDA, he made this big kind of bombshell announcement that nobody was really expecting. And he really said two things. Number one was a simple regulatory thing. They're taking the black box warning on estrogen products off. It used to say estrogen products increase your risk of breast cancer. That's never been true. And Dr. Makary said, that's never been true, and we're gonna get rid of that label. That's been a big fear of women, that big warning, and it's been a big fear of doctors. So this is a huge deal that the FDA is finally admitting, hey, that data that came out 25 years ago was flawed. It's not true. Hormones are safe for women. They don't have to worry about it increasing the risk of breast cancer. The second thing that he said that was critically important is not only doesn't it increase the risk of breast cancer, it decreases your risk of a whole bunch of other things, and that women have been scared away needlessly and have not experienced the benefits of hormone replacement therapy. He said this in his press conference. So a huge kind of announcement.
Yeah. Now, I know this has been an idea that's came about, like you said, over 20 years ago, but where did that come from and how did this change? The
study sponsors came out a little bit too early with a big announcement. Hey, hormone replacement causes breast cancer. And they did that before they even released the data to the rest of the medical community. And as soon as that data was released a few weeks later, we were all kind of scratching our heads saying, I don't know, it doesn't seem to me that that clearly shows that. And it didn't. So there was a lot of argument all of a sudden about whether that data is good or whether it's bad. But the damage had already been done. It had been announced, and people were freaking out, calling their doctors up, thinking they're going to get breast cancer. And it was a big fiasco, and everybody stopped prescribing it, and all women stopped taking it. You know, about 30% of women were taking hormone replacement at the time for menopause. About 30% of menopausal women were taking hormone replacement. And that went down to like 1% over a period of a few years. Even now, it still hasn't recovered. It's about 5% of women who go through menopause will take hormone replacement.
Well, Dr. Lowe, one thing I know about you is that you always know the science behind everything, especially anything it is that you recommend to people. But with that being said, what does the latest science say about hormone therapy and breast cancer risk?
Yeah, it's very clear, and has been for a number of years, that hormone replacement actually reduces the risk of breast cancer when you use the right hormones. We use bioidentical hormones now, and they don't have any of those risks. So we can say to patients now with a straight face, because Dr. Makary, head of the FDA, said this, that hormone replacement therapy, the way it's done now, actually reduces your risk of breast cancer.
But what are some other benefits that maybe people at home don't realize?
This is the other important thing that he's saying is it's not just about relieving your symptoms. It's not just about getting rid of your hot flashes or being able to sleep, which are important, critically important. It's also about reducing your risks going forward. So the studies are now showing that when you replace those hormones early in menopause, you reduce dramatically the risk of those conditions, by 50 to 60% in some cases.
But for those people who are still a little skeptical, still feel like they're a little nervous about hormone replacement therapy, what else do you want them to know about this today?
Right, just because the head of the FDA says everything's fine now, it doesn't mean that every doctor is going to suddenly be an expert and an advocate for hormone replacement therapy. You know, he pointed out in his press conference, this is almost a lost art, how to treat menopause. So you want to find a certified menopause provider. That's what we are at Regensen. Certified menopause providers, you want to find people who treat menopause and hormone replacement in a very modern way. Come in and talk to us about it. That's the easiest thing in the world.
And that's exactly why, if we are excited and we are looking to get started with hormone replacement therapy, Dr. Lowe is just one of the many doctors here that you can speak to. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Rochelle. It's important to get the word out. You bet.